Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I just got finished watching the finale of Dexter season 6 and wow, what a shocker it was. The question of the day is very quite simple. Should Deborah be killed by Dexter in season 7? And the answer is yes, and I'll tell you why that Deborah needs to be killed in the next season, which will probably most likely be her final season. I know they got 2 more seasons renewed for season 7 and season 8, but I'm going to be honest with you, Dexter is a fool if he lets her live. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be straight up with it. First of all, I love the whole Doomsday Saga episode. The Doomsday Killer was a great season. I thought that COLIN Hanks gave a brilliant performance because we all know that's Tom Hanks' son. Brilliant actor. He should be nominated for an Emmy and a Golden Globe because his performance was phenomenal. I love the shocking twist with him and Edward James Olmos because you didn't really know who was doing what, but at the end, the finale was the best I've seen so far, so they did a great job in the writing of that season. When we found at the end of this episode, for those who don't want to hear it, you might want to shut this off because this is going to be a spoiler. We find out that Deborah has discovered that Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher after she finds the Doomsday Killer on his table. And he says the words, "Oh God," because he finds out that his sister caught him. Now the question that probably everybody wonders is, what is Deborah going to do? I honestly believe that Dexter should take her out because I'll tell you why. Harry's Law has always said the same thing. He lives by a code, and the code is always do not get yourself caught, leave no witnesses. So you have to understand that Dexter cannot let her live. If she lives, then that basically means that Dexter will probably go to jail for the rest of his life or go on death row. He will lose his son Harrison. He'll lose his job. He will never be able to work in a police station ever in life, and more importantly, Miami Metro will be a total scandal. Could you imagine that the world finds out that they had a serial killer working in Miami Metro with Homeland Security already looking for the Doomsday Killer? You know, it wouldn't work. There's no way Deborah would keep this a secret. First of all, she would be devastated to find out that her brother is this monster that she really didn't know and love. Second of all, Dexter, as much as he loves his sister, because they're not really biological sisters, he's more of like adopted, he would have to take her out because I know a lot of you will say he loves his sister and he wouldn't kill her, but he has no choice. He has too much to lose in this. First of all, if he does let her live, what is to say that she won't tell the police? She'll never look at him the same way. She won't look at him as the lovely Dexter. She'll always say, you know what? Now I understand why he always acted like sort of emotionalist. I mean, you know what? I love the show Dexter, and I love where they're going with the seasons, but I'll tell you the truth, Deborah would have to go. I think that at the end of the day, it would make more sense to kill her off because you can't leave no witnesses when you got somebody like Deborah finding out that you are the Bay Harbor Butcher, that you have this dark passenger. And more importantly, if Dexter does get caught, what is to say that, you know what, Deborah won't spoil the beans on other crimes that he's committed? Because first of all, you have to understand one important factor is that Deborah now knows his secret. And believe me, he's been keeping that secret for a long time. He's not about to let one of his people that he loves truly to spoil what he still has to do. I think in the end, I think Dexter knew. I think in his heart he knew that he was going to get caught sooner or later. I don't think that he wanted to get caught that way. I think he probably wanted to tell her his own way by saying, you know what, Deborah, I wanted to tell you something for a long time. I'm the Bay Harbor Butcher. I was using Miami Metro's laboratory. I was using their crime scenes. I was manipulating crime scenes to take out the serial killers my own vengeful way. And you know something? Maybe he wanted to tell her, but I think getting caught in the act and then all of a sudden, you know, she's not going to sit there and say, hey, look, you know what? I forgive you, Dex, because you took out all those sick people. No. Dexter, at the end of the day, has to take her out. Now, people will probably say, well, if that was the case, why didn't he take out that girl Newman? She knows about his secret too. See, you know what it is? It's a little different with Lumen because Lumen is more like hearsay, you know. She's one of those people that can say, well, you know, she can probably make accusations, but it's more like he said, she said type of gossip. Because Deborah actually is a lieutenant of the police, they're going to take her more seriously because she is a woman of power. So it's a little different if someone like Deborah, who knows the secret, because now she can go to the FBI, Homeland Security, she can go to all of her sources and have Dexter arrested, and then he will be facing trial and might go on death row for being a domestic terrorist. Now, why do I feel this way about Deborah being killed? I don't hate the character. I really don't. I just feel like it would be more interesting to see Dexter finally say to himself, you know what, you can't let this secret... You know what it is? Dexter this season was sloppy, and he did let a lot of things happen for, you know, especially that last episode of the finale. He talks too much, and don't get me wrong, I love when he torments his serial killers or the potential victims of crime that he's about to kill, but you talk too much, and when you talk too much, you should have just killed the Doomsday Killer, got it over with, and then all of a sudden it would have been done. You want to add a little sermon to it, and then all of a sudden, as chilling and as cool as it sounded, it got you caught. So now Deborah catches you in the act. Now the question being is that what will happen now in season 7? This is just my personal opinion on it. I honestly feel that what will probably happen is Deborah will probably run out the building. She'll be shocked about it, and then she won't believe it at first. But I think in the end she'll confront him, and then it's a question of, do we bring him to jail, or do we let Dexter continue his work on saving the world from the serial killers and the crime that's happening in our society? So I know my time is short, and you know, to make a final conclusion, again, like I said, Michael C. Hall was born to play that role as Dexter. I love the performance that he gives in Dexter because it is so in depth, and we get an understanding and a feeling of what it's like to be this character. Now we have a whole new dimension of, now someone knows his dark passenger. What do we do about it from there? But believe me, brilliant season, brilliant episode. Colin Hanks, who's related to Tom Hanks, you have a future in acting because you are a brilliant actor. And to tell you the truth, season 6 was a lot better than season 5. So I have to give it to Dexter this season because believe me when I tell you, I love the whole Revelations, what they did with the religion, because I'm a Catholic myself. And believe me, Revelations is a scary chapter in the Bible. So, you know, if you ever read it, a lot of what they did in the story, you know, a lot of it was true in the Bible. They just kind of made it more entertaining for people to watch. But believe me, chilling season, brilliant season. So check it out again if you haven't seen it. But before I conclude, I hope in season 7, because we're now going into a whole new chapter, which is, what do we do with Deborah? Does Deborah let him continue his work in stopping crime, or do we turn him in and let him face death row? Me personally, if I was Dexter, I'd take her out, because it's too much of a risk if she knows. She's going to tell the therapist, then the therapist is going to probably tell the cops, and you know, there's too much in stake with all this. Dexter's whole mission now is to neutralize Deborah, because she is the problem. So believe me when I tell you, this is going to be an interesting season. We'll have to wait till this September to find out in 2012. So rush to write it because I would love to see how you guys handle it. So tell me what you think of season 6 of Dexter. Do you think that they really stepped up? Do you think that, you know, they still need some work on it? And more importantly, what do you think of the whole shocking finale? Do you think that Deborah needs to be taken out like I said? Or do you think that because he loves his sister so much, maybe they'll talk it out and see how they could work it out? But to tell you the truth, I don't think there's no working it out if Deborah's a 100% full cop. She might love her brother, but at the same time, she's still a police officer. She believes in right and wrong. So, food for thought for people to think about it. So hit me up with your comments. Tell me what you think. I hope you all enjoy the weekend. Remember, use your mind. It's your best weapon. And I will talk to you all later.